It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with your general tarot reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2022, 2023. I mean, it's really the end of 2022, but you know, you feel me. Scorpio, fixed water meets mutable water. And it does feel emotional, of course, as to be expected. I hear soon you'll get better. There is, and before this was Death by a Thousand Cuts by Taylor Swift. Which, funny, your card is the Death card. And so there is this like hindsight, this culmination, this wrapping up. This is the end, the real end of 2022. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything for free content. Check out my Instasham at justj_everything. TikTok at justjeverything. And for other dope shit that I do, check out my website, justjeverything.com. Be sure to check out the Pisces season astrology video that has all of the important astrological transits. But if you're interested in anything, links are in the description box below. I don't know why it feels very quiet, reverent, hydrate, light it if you got it. I mean, this is Pisces season. This is like the season of the divine, the season of like God, the season of the spirit realm, the season of the unseen, the hidden, the subconscious, all things dreams, all things beyond the veil of what we're able to perceive. And I feel like your access to the veil may be changing, your relationship to the veil may be changing, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So take a moment with me, relax while we welcome in our benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2023. Scorpio, empty your lungs. Just relax. Just take some time with me. My shoulders started hurting out of nowhere. I low-grade headache out of nowhere. There may be a lot of like physical ailments that like you're feeling or tension that you're feeling. I feel like you're not sitting in the right positions, or maybe you're needing to work on like ergonomics possibly. Getting more of a, maybe even getting a massage, time to get a massage, time to just tend to your physical body more. Tending to stress management. And not just like researching it, but actually like implementing some shit. Like, it's time to at least try. So let's see for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces season 2023. First card out is the Page of Swords reversed. So there could be like lots of talk or possible miscommunications. You may be tempted to be petty. Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, there could be like dealing with gossip or lots of other people's opinions, lots of people who want to put their 2 cents in. Your ability to rise above, I feel like, may be waning in Pisces season. Your ability to take the high road. This could be like, okay, so first thing I have to be clarified on the Selenite throne. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising is your relationship to reacting versus responding. Do you tend to react or do you tend to respond? Do you take the time to respond? Is the real question. There may be somebody younger than you that has a lot to say. There could be stuff going on with people who are at a distance who have stuff to say, people on social media who may be disagreeing or having like, there just could be petty arguments, like news that you don't necessarily want to hear. I just like heard, it's like everything I learned about this was against my will. Like that could be some kind of like area of your life where you're just having to hear stuff. I feel like disconnect from the news, disconnect from things that are contributing to lots of unnecessary stress within you. There may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements that is like that's petty. I feel like also you may be experiencing some kind of mental fog. All these clouds. Or I feel like you have some great ideas that you're not acting on. This also could be your one of your ruling planets, Mars, is now direct in Gemini, and it's like stop. Like I feel like you're like scared to kind of like come out of like tiptoe out of the retrograde. Like we're out of retrograde, out of shadow, all systems a go. And I feel like there's some great ideas that you're like sleeping on, or things that you're afraid to pull the trigger on, or you're having conversations that are powerful but maybe not like communicated in the best way. I feel like it's really important to make sure you're not baiting yourself or getting yourself into like arguments or conversations that that are avoidable. It's like choose your battles more wisely, I feel like. Or there's people around you who are not choosing their battles wisely with you, possibly. Dang, okay, Three of Swords, Page of Swords with the Three of Swords coming out. So there may be some Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. There's definitely stuff with kids. Maybe you're around kids or around younger people, or you're hearing some like heartbreaking news or disheartening news possibly. In Pisces season, there could just be something that comes in, like sad news about a child, or sad news about, you know, maybe someone younger in the family, or there could be like a disappointment or a heartbreak that you're still recovering from. I do feel like there's the Three of Swords with the Page of Swords is the Four of Swords, and that is the Four of Swords is the proper response to the Three of Swords. It's getting still, it's getting quiet, it's getting reverent, it's getting really reflective. It's taking the time to put in the work to extract these swords from your heart. And when you take the time to pull the swords out, you come out with a sword. You come out armed, you come out with a lesson, you come out with data, you come out with information. You come out with new protection. The star at the center of the reading. Perfect, because there's so much healing. And now the Page of Wands. What's going on? All of these pages. So this is like the initial stages. This is like a new chapter in life. And that makes sense because Pluto will be dipping into Aquarius, then retrograding back into Capricorn for a while before it goes fully into Aquarius. And it feels like this is like a new era. I feel like this is really the age of Aquarius that we're getting ready to come into when Pluto goes into Aquarius. That's just my opinion. Aquarius. This is the Aquarian card. What do you wish for? You're not letting yourself wish big enough. I want to find the Four of Swords because I want to show you the Four of Swords. Like this is what the move is for you guys. This is for Pisces season. I feel like you need to be letting yourself rest. You're needing to let yourself be still. You're needing to let yourself get very imaginative, get very specific with what it is that you're trying to materialize into your physical day-to-day life. And I feel like that requires more downtime. Please bring me the Four of Swords. Goodness gracious. So, I was about to say something sarcastic. So that's also something, catching yourself. You got to catch yourself, catch your words. Are you kidding me? I can't find it. Page of Swords reversed. I feel like there's some kind of biting of your tongue that needs to happen. Where the F is the Four of Swords? Please bring me the Four of Swords. I'm just trying to find it for you so I can give you this visual. Some of you know what the Four of Swords looks like by now, and I'm proud of you for, thank you, getting that mental image. This is the Four of Swords. Page of Swords plus the Three of Swords are Four Swords, and that's this. It's time for you to get still. It's time to get your mind right. It's time to prioritize your mental health. It's time to prioritize your heart health, your emotional health. It's time to unpack any emotional baggage that's been going on. It's time to really tend to the fogginess, the cloudiness. 2 cards, the first 2 cards out, look at all those clouds. And then the star coming through with the clearest of nights. So I need you to know in Pisces season, and this has been going on this has been pretty consistent for Pisces season thus far, that the beginning of Pisces season may be quite the shit show. Emotionally, mentally, intellectually, conversation-wise, especially if you're dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, especially if you have a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarian child. If you have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, I do feel like it's time to prioritize your mental health and the restoration of hope, faith, and the power of friends, the power of community, the power of togetherness. Like, stop trying to do it all on your own, or stop trying to be alone so much. I just feel like there's so much healing for you if you get here. If you let this be your answer to everything, stillness, prayer, reverence, striving for a healthy foundation in your mind. Wish for it. Dream bigger, bitch. It's time. It's time. It's time. Final 2 cards, final 2 messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I feel like vulnerability, intimacy is required. We're coming out of the season of I know, and I feel like some of you are leaning way too much on logic, leaning way too much on what you see with your physical eyes. You are a spirit having a human experience, and I feel like the divine doesn't need to remind you of that, but it will if you need it to. The star at the center of the reading feels very like acquiring some new kind of intimacy with yourself. Nakedness still. The theme of nakedness is in intimacy. Building a healthier relationship with nakedness, with intimacy. Those things are coming up still from Aquarius season. And I feel like you got the opportunity to have the nakedness, the intimacy with your friend group. Now it's time to have that nakedness, transparency, intimacy with your aspirations, with the divine, and therefore with other people and your employer possibly. Some of you are wishing for balance, wishing for harmony, wishing for the ability to get up off your feet or to be around people who are more like-minded. And I do feel like that stuff is coming in. You've just got to start to realize you've earned your stripes in some sort of way. You've earned your stripes, and you've got to figure out, hey, where in my life am I giving too much power away? Where in my life am I not allowing myself to be challenged? Where am I not rising up to my own, rising up to the occasion that is my life? Where could I step it up more? Cheers. A Scorpio gave me this beer, actually. And I normally don't drink beer, but it's local. Last card, last message. Final card, final message for Scorpio, Sun, Moon. 5 of Swords reversed. With the Knight of Swords reversed on the bottom of the deck. You've got to cut ties with... It's like the only enemies that you really face are your thoughts. Your beliefs about yourself. Your beliefs about your capabilities. The way you question yourself. The way you doubt yourself. The way you let society maybe talk you out of enjoying the life experience that you're having in some sort of way. I just feel like it's time to start prioritizing therapy, yoga, meditation, cutting off people who have shown you who they are, who've shown you they're not really like for you. I don't care how much tenure they've had. I just feel like another card with clouds. It's time to reach for clarity. And you will have the opportunity. The light, there is like this divine intervention there, this breaking through of the light. But you've got to understand, like your words are so powerful. Your thoughts are so powerful. Words are spells. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And as cliche as it sounds, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. But I'm trying to tell you, the key to all this shit is understanding that all of this is happening for you. And it'll keep happening and keep happening and keep happening and keep happening until you get the fucking message. And the message is that, hey, I'm not somebody who always gets the short end of the stick. Hey, I'm an agent of transformation. I'm meant to come in and transform this shit. I'm meant to process all this information. I'm meant to feel this heaviness. Because all this shit is real and all of this shit is fake at the same time. But what I'm not going to do is just carry this around and just let this be my baseline. No. That's not the move. It's time to put actual effort, time, and energy into changing your habits, which will require you to change your mind, which will require you to sit with yourself in silence and observe your mind. But if you're running from your thoughts, and if you're running from spending alone time, if you don't have any alone time, and if you're always making excuses for why you don't have alone time or why you can't do this or why you well, then that's always what it'll be. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you have 15 fucking kids. Figure it the fuck out. Figure out how to put yourself first. Figure out how to be able to sit in a room silent with your thoughts consistently. Observe your thoughts so that you can start to ask questions, so that you can start to realize that you are not your thoughts, not all your thoughts are yours, so that you can start to understand and feel that you have dominion over your thoughts, you have power over your thoughts. With time and practice and patience, you can acquire dominion over your thoughts, which would have to equate that you are not your thoughts. And so just because the thoughts that you've been thinking have been extremely toxic, or you've been around people that are contributing to the toxicity, around people who are contributing to the cloudiness, contributing to the confusion. Look at the Jesus. Jesus. Actual Christ. Please take the wheel. Underneath the Knight of Swords is the Eight of Swords. There's like I'm trying to get my nails out of the way. So much damn clouds. Clouds, clouds. Clouds. Breaking through clouds. There's a lot of mental fog here. There's adrenal addictions. Google it. Buy the book Brain Saver. Change your life. I just got it. This is going to be an interesting plunge, Scorpio, and I think I get now why I was struggling to like do this reading, because this feels heavy, and it's supposed to. It's Pisces season. But what the divine wants to show you is that there is logic and reason that is outdated and inaccurate, that's getting in the way of you having the life experience that you should be having or that you want to be having. And it's going to require you really calling yourself, really stripping bare, stripping away all of the what you think you know and how life is going to turn out for you, and all of like what you've been telling yourself and telling everybody else about, well, this keeps happening and this happened. Scorpio, I'm telling you, you have so much more power than you're giving yourself credit for. And you want to be really stubborn and just keep going in the loop, because that's all that you've ever known, when I'm telling you that there is a way to break out, to break free of the loop. And what's on the other side of the loop? Ah, what's on the other side of the loop, honey? Power. It's on the other side of like you dealing with these mental issues, you dealing with this stuff with your insecurity. Some of you need to be going to therapy. Some of you are needing to really heal your relationship with food, really heal your relationship with your body. Some of you, there's maybe even shifts coming in regards to healthcare, or the way that you're able to care for yourself. But all of this gray and blue, only for Aries season to be so fucking lit if you would only set it up to be. 22:22 on the clock. It's time to get masterful. There's, even for some of you, on the other side of the, like you prioritizing yourself, there's marriage, there's a healthy partner, there's a healthier version of you, there's all this fun, control, or this ability to persuade, this ability to interact with the divine. There's love, there's connections, there's depth. For some of you, there's marriage, all this stuff that's on the other side. But you want to stay here. And you're like, no, I don't want to, but I don't know how to, blah, blah, blah. Get still, get quiet, listen to your thoughts, start asking your thoughts questions. Where did you learn this behavior? Which parent did you watch do this? Who did you watch do this? Who did you watch cling to this and let this steer their life? And how awesome is it going to be when you can be the one that breaks the fucking generational bullshit and curse? And all that was required is you shedding all of that. Whatever it is, whatever, if for some of you it's family stuff, like this is how our family behaves, or this is what our family does. Some of you watched the women in your family choose men over and over. Choose men for safety, choose men for this or that or whatever. And I just feel like there is a breaking of this imbalanced dynamics in your life in some area. For some of you, I feel like you start pursuing your dreams, and there is like wish fulfillment, unexpected blessings, unexpected benevolence, an investor coming in, someone investing in you, a gift coming in, a gift or an opportunity possibly that's coming in that I feel like forces you to break away from this old, outdated, really self-deprecating way of thinking and believing. You finally are healing from people who have walked away, healing from previous mental conflicts, healing from all of the pain and disappointment that you hold on to, it's not serving you anymore. It's not a good source of motivation anymore. So whatever grudges you've been holding on to, or whatever things you're saying are wrong about yourself, put those down. Wipe the slate clean. Wipe the slate clean and strive for a new relationship to nakedness, bareness, intimacy. Figure out who you are. The source of all illness, the source of all disease, the source of all dis-ease, discomfort in life is at the root a lack of knowledge of self. And this has been coming up so much. So Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, it's time for you to get to know who you are at your core, because it's changed. You are changing. And Aquarius is singing right now. Satellite. Spinning out waiting for you to pull me in. I can see you're lonely out there. Don't you know that I am right here? Some of you are healing from big heartbreak, learning how to give to yourself. There's so much confusion, and I feel like the confusion, the mental fog, the uncertainty, it's on purpose. Faith is being cultivated. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.